Hello, and welcome back to The Study Formula. I'm your host, Paige Martin, and today we're diving into a topic that touches every learner's journey, the science of effective learning and memory retention. Here's a quick question for you. Have you ever spent hours studying only to find that you can't recall a thing when you need it most? Frustrating, right? You're not alone. In fact, studies show that up to 80% of new information is lost within 24 hours if we don't actively work to retain it. But don't worry, because today we're going to unpack those mysteries and give you the tools you need to hack your brain for better learning. Whether you're a student prepping for exams, a professional seeking new skills, or a lifelong learner chasing curiosity, mastering how to learn and remember effectively is crucial. Stick around, because by the end of this episode, you'll have science-backed strategies to improve your study habits and boost your memory. All right, let's get started. First, let's talk about how learning and memory work. The process of learning involves encoding, storing, and retrieving information. Think of it like planting a garden. Encoding is when you plant the seeds, its initial exposure to new information. Storing is like watering and nurturing the garden, ensuring those seeds take root. And retrieval? That's when you harvest the fruits, or in this case, recall the information when needed. Now, one common struggle is that many of us tend to focus heavily on the encoding part, cramming information in, but neglect the nurturing and retrieval aspects. This is where science-backed strategies come in. The first technique is spaced repetition. Instead of cramming all your study into one session, spread it out over time. This method takes advantage of what's known as the spacing effect, which suggests that we remember information better when we review it multiple times over increasing intervals. For instance, if you're learning a new language, review vocabulary today, then again in 2 days, and then in a week. This approach helps cement the information in your long-term memory. Next up, active recall. This is where you test yourself on the material, rather than just passively rereading your notes. For example, turn your notes into questions and quiz yourself. Research shows that actively retrieving information makes it much more likely you'll remember it in the future. It's like flexing a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Another powerful technique is interleaved practice. Instead of focusing on one topic for a long period, mix different subjects or types of problems in a single study session. This forces your brain to adapt and strengthens your ability to differentiate between concepts. Imagine you're training for a triathlon. You wouldn't just swim for weeks, then switch to biking. Mixing disciplines improves overall performance. Let's not forget the power of visualization with mind mapping. This technique involves drawing a map of ideas that visually outlines information. It's particularly useful for complex topics. Creating a map helps you see the connections between ideas, making it easier to recall the information later. And of course, we can't ignore the importance of time management and focus. The Pomodoro technique is a popular method where you work intensely for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. These short bursts of focused work can improve concentration and prevent burnout. So there you have it: spaced repetition, active recall, interleaved practice, mind mapping, and efficient time management. These strategies can transform the way you learn, turning those hours of study into meaningful and lasting knowledge. Remember, the key is not just to work harder, but to work smarter. Before we wrap up, I encourage you to try one of these techniques today. Start small, perhaps with a mind map for a topic you're currently studying, and see how it changes your understanding. Thank you for joining me on this episode of The Study Formula. If you found these tips helpful, share this episode with a friend who could use a little study boost. And remember, every step you take towards smarter learning is a step towards your goals. Keep learning, keep growing, and until next time, happy studying.